Senior high school students across the country today began writing the West Africa Senior Secondary School Certificate Examinations, WASSCE. 409,832 candidates from 724 public and private senior high schools are expected to write the 4-week-long examination. This is the last of the 4-year-S.H.S batch and the first of students sitting after 3 years. This report is from 2 senior high schools in the Ga East district of the Greater Accra Region.
To have 2 batches of final year students combined for this year's WASSCE is unprecedented. However, both students and the Ghana Education Service were braced for the examinations. This morning's English orals, although written in different sets, was without hitches, with the exception of the Amasaman Senior High Technical School, which was lent some oral materials by the St. John's Grammar Senior High School. There were adequate materials. According to supervisors, examination materials arrived on time. At the Amasaman Senior High Technical School, all 631 registered candidates were present. Upon arrival, the first 2 of the 6 sets had written their first paper and the second set about to write. The students were taken through rigorous inspection before being allowed entry into the exams hall. Those who failed to wear sandals were asked to remove their socks and shoes before entering the hall. 15 teachers were present to invigilate.
The headmistress actually appealed to the teachers, and the teachers agreed to come over and then see to especially the Form 3 and the Form 4 students. You know, that time the Form 1, Form 2 were also in school. They were even writing their internal examination. Yeah, even there, the teachers were there to invigilate.
It appears the nationwide 2-week strike action by the teachers did not take effect in the school and therefore did not have any toll on the students.
For now, we are done. We are not learning anymore. We've been able to cover enough and we think like we are okay. I want them to expect nothing but the best from Amasaman Senior High, because most of them think we are not good. But this year, we're going to prove them wrong. We're going to show them we are the best.
The St. John's Grammar Senior High School was no different. The last set who were about to take the exam had been quarantined. There were about 1,200 students, with about 140 of them from guest schools. The assistant headmaster in charge of academic affairs, Mr. Kweku Ferguson Barnes, feared that the students will report late to exams halls since they are all-day students. The acting Deputy Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Mr. Stephen Edu, expressed satisfaction with the schools visited. Responding to whether there was going to be a different marking scheme for the 2 different year groups, Mr. Edu said,
"No, there's not going to be any difference because they are taking the same examination. There's no difference between. All what we did was to at least ensure that the 3-year group will not be at disadvantage. And the 4-year group, you see, it is not about the number of years that you stay. It's about how seriously you put yourself to whatever time is available to you. So, like I said, the 3-year group, because we knew that they will need to cover more grounds, that is why we expanded the instructional hours. So in terms of years, it's 3 years. But in terms of the intensity, the number of instructional hours, I think we try to increase it as against the 4-year group, which had a number of hours, but there were a lot of spaces between the hours.
The WASSCE is being written simultaneously in 4 other English-speaking West African countries, which are Nigeria, Liberia, the Gambia, and Sierra Leone. It is expected to end by the 15th of May this year. Sarah Fori, GTV News, Accra.